Hi everyone, welcome to your practice this evening. Over the next 2 YouTube classes we're going to look at inner spiral and outer spiral. We'll have covered all 5 principles of Anusara yoga then. If you haven't looked at the other classes, I'd advise you to go back and do them first, because inner and outer spiral is all about finding a balance. And they're great tools of Anusara yoga that we get to tweak our poses and we get to find this middle pathway in them. I suppose we're coming up to the end of summer and the summer holidays for me, and I'm looking for now a bit more balance, going back to school, going back to routine, and we need them. We need that in our life, and we also need that balance in our practice. And these 2 principles allow us to get that balance. Today's will be more of a focus on inner spiral and the next one outer spiral, but they both go hand in hand. So take your seat, sit in a cross-legged position, so cross at your ankles. Allow your feet to be active and sit up onto something. And then we're going to do our first manual inner spiral. So take the flesh of your legs and draw it in back and kind of feel like you're widening the back body, and that's the inner spiral. It expands the back body, and then the outer spiral contracts. So this expansion and contraction happening all the time. So inner thighs soften down, and bring your hand to your lower back, and you should have a nice curve in your lower back. If your back is rounded, you need to sit up higher. And then do that action again, inner thighs in, back and wide, and then check the lower back. And have you got that natural curve? Not too much, a natural curve. Take a breath in. Lengthen the sides of your body. From your hips up into your armpits, roll your shoulders back and soften. Close your eyes. And find balance in your breath. Allow your inhale and your exhale to be of equal length. And a nice way of doing this is to count your breath. So maybe count your inhale for the count of 4, your exhale for the count of 4 or 5. Find that balance in your breath. If you find that a little bit difficult to do, just allow your breath to slow down. Allow it to soften. Don't force it in any way. When we find the balance between the exhale and the inhale, the breath gets softer. Our body finds this, and our mind finds this kind of middle pathway, and you feel a sense of calm. Take 3 more rounds of your breath. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take a deep breath in. Release your hands. Open your eyes. Let's change the crossing of our legs and place the opposite leg on top. Again, Sukhasana, easy seat. It's crossed at the shins, active feet. Inner spiral the legs. Let's do that manual spiral again. Get the flesh of your thighs in, back, and nice and wide. And feel that wideness. Take the flesh away from your sit bones. Take a breath in. Inhale, reach your arms up, and as you exhale, lengthen down into your sit bones. Draw your belly button in. Take a breath in, reach again into your fingertips. And as you exhale, begin to twist around towards the right side. Bring your right hand to your lower back. Feel that natural curve in the lower back, that inner spiral got us that. Lengthen and twist from your belly, your ribs, and feel the twist coming from the left back of the left ribs, the back of the left lower belly. Inhale, reach your arms back up. And then twist to the opposite side. Bring your left hand to your lower back, right hand to your outer knee. And feel the twist. Use your hand on the lower back. Get nice and tall, shoulder blades on your back. And then twist around from the back of the right belly, back of the right ribs, the right shoulder. Last thing to turn is the head. Inhale, come back to center. Let's come off our pillow, our cushion, and come to hands and knees. Have a look at your hands. Spread your fingers. First principle of Anusara yoga, open to grace. So really feel your foundation. Take a moment to pause. And then on an inhale, lift your sit bones, lift your head and drop your belly down. Press into your hands, make your arms strong. Find that muscular energy. Stay here for a couple of breaths and feel how we're really exaggerating the curve in the lower back here. So this is a big inner spiral in the thighs. The inner thighs are softening, big expansion in the back body. And then as you exhale, tuck your tailbone round the lower back. And this is a kind of an over-exaggeration of our outer spiral. Neither one are wrong, but we need to get balance between both. But let's just go through our cat-cow again. Inhale, lift your sit bones. Feel that tilt of your pelvis. And as you exhale, round. These tools are great because they really give us this awareness in the body. Feel that movement as you go through your cat and cow. Notice how that inner spiral feels in the inner thighs, in the back body. And feel its opposite. One more. Come back to a flat back. This is where we find the balance. So between our inner spiral and outer spiral, can you find a balance where your belly is strong? There's not too much of an inner spiral, not too much of an outer spiral. Find that balance, that middle pathway. Tuck your toes under. Just lift your knees up away from the floor, about an inch. Feel how strong your belly is. And then lift your hips up and back, downward dog. Keep the bend in the knees here. No straight legs. Take a moment to settle into your hands. Engage the muscles in your arms. Can you wrap your outer arms down towards the floor? Get long through your spine. And with bent knees, feel that expansion in the back body here. Feel how the sit bones nearly move away from each other. It's an inner spiral in the legs. Breathe, a couple more breaths. Tone your belly now. Draw your lower belly in. Your tailbone tucks gently. Keep that as you come forward into a plank pose. Push down into your hands. Engage your arms. Bend your knees a little bit and tilt your pelvis so your sit bones lift up towards the ceiling. Inner spiral. Make your legs strong and then begin to tone your belly. Straightening your legs. Press out through your heels, out through the crown of your head. Push down into your arms. Exhale, downward dog. Feel with bent knees. Notice you might be able to be aware of your lower back and how there's a gentle curve. Keep that natural curve as you begin to tone your belly. Gently tuck in your tailbone and begin to straighten your legs. If you feel your back beginning to round, then you need to bend your knees. Find that balance, that middle pathway here. Come down to your knees. Big toes together, knees wide. Soften your inner thighs towards the floor. Allow them to soften down. Feel that expansion in the back body. Let your head rest in child's pose. And at any stage through your practice, you want to come to rest. This is where you come to. Take 3 deep, balanced breaths. And inhale, come back to hands and knees. Check your hands, spread your fingers, tuck your toes under, lift up and back. Look forward between your hands, step or walk your feet towards the front of your mat. Feet parallel, hip distance apart. Bend your knees here. Engage the shins. Draw your shins in towards each other. So shins come together and then your thighs move away from each other and you get that nice broadening in the back body. Allow your head to go. On an inhale, walk your hands forward. If you need to have blocks underneath your hands or books, then do. Look forward. See, there's a little bend in my knees, my legs aren't straight. Exhale and fold. Inhale and lengthen. This time begin to straighten your legs, look forward. Exhale and fold. One more time, keep strengthening your legs. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Lengthen into your fingertips. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Release your hands. So take a block or a book, whatever you have to hand, and you're going to place the book or the block between your thighs. Take a moment to settle into your feet. Feel your feet on the floor. Engage the muscles in your legs. Hug your legs to a midline. So feel the block and hug it. Bring your hands to your hips. And now can you bend your knees a little and you try to push the block back away from you. So you feel this widening in the back body and you're making this expansive, this spaciousness in the back. We don't want to stand like this though, so you have to balance it out. Keep your thighs moving back and now begin to tone the belly. Lengthen your tailbone into that space. As you push down through your feet, inhale, reach up into your hands. Exhale, hands together in front of your heart. Inhale and reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to your shins, to the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, half lift. The block is still there. Keep hugging the block and rolling it back. Exhale and fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hands together in front of your heart. Bring your hands to your hips again. This time roll the block forward so you feel your hips moving forward. So this is too much outer spiral now. We've contracted the back body. We don't want that. Block back. Head of your femur goes deep into its socket. Perfect place for it. Keep that. Tone the belly. Lengthen your tailbone. Inhale, reach your arms. Exhale, fold forward. Half lift, look forward. Bend your knees, plant your hands, and now tiptoe your feet back. Downward dog, keep the block. Bend your knees here. Roll your block back, feel that widening in the back body. Tone your belly. Inhale into plank. Exhale down to your belly. I need to readjust the block. Untuck your toes for Cobra Pose. Keep your legs strong. Press into your knees and lift your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Tuck your tailbone, press into your hands, inhale up into Cobra. Just small Cobra. Exhale and release. Toes tuck under, come up and back, downward dog. Hopefully you still have your block or your book or whatever you're using. Look forward between your hands. Walk, step, or hop towards the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift to look forward. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Hands together in front of your heart. Release your block. Place it off out to the side. Now come to wide-legged stance. Step your feet wide. You want your wrists and your ankles in line with each other. Turn your toes in. Bring your hands to your hips. Get long. From your hips up into your armpit, roll your shoulders back. Press into your feet. Hug your legs together. And then from your hips, feel that crease where your leggings kind of crease. That's the top of your thigh. And begin to press that back, thighs back, so that the inner thighs soften as you begin to fold forward. So we're not rounding into the lower back. So come forward again, bring your hands to that crease in your leggings, top of your thighs. And as you hug your legs together, begin to notice how your inner thighs roll back. Come forward about halfway. Keep your legs strong, the work is in the legs. Get long through the sides of your body, shoulder blades onto your back. Roll your elbows towards each other. Take another 2 rounds of the breath. Inhale, come back up. Well done, so the legs really work there. Turn your right toes towards the short edge of your mat. Bring your right elbow down onto your right thigh. The same happens here with this back leg. Start to roll it back. Both legs roll in, back and wide. Your inner thighs soften. Keep that now in this leg. Keep that leg rolling back. And can you tuck your right sit bone in and under? Tone your belly, lengthen your tailbone. Try that again. Roll thighs back. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, if in doubt, stick it out. Stick your bum out behind. That's a big inner spiral of the legs. Keep it in the back leg. You feel that nice crease. Don't allow that hip to shoot forward. Keep that back and then begin to tuck your tailbone. Bring your knee in line with your ankle and second toe. Lift your lower belly and then inhale. Reach your left arm up and over past your ear. And these movements in the body, we don't just do them once. We're constantly adjusting the poses. Constantly finding that balance, that middle pathway. We don't just find it and, oh, we're there, we stay there. It's a balance. Inhale and lift up. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toes out. Find alignment in your feet, heel to arch alignment. Bring your left elbow to the top of your thigh, palm facing up, and your right hand is on your hip crease. And notice where the leg rolls in, back and wide, and you'll see it. Your body comes forward, your inner thighs soften. Feel that in your body. Keep your legs strong, engage the muscles, and then keep that in the right leg and begin to tuck your left sit bone in and under. You'll feel your belly tone, your tailbone lengthen towards your left heel. We'll actually do that again. Roll in, back and wide. If in doubt, stick it out. Left sit bone in and under, tailbone lengthens, lower belly lifts, and then reach your right arm up and over. Bend a little bit more into your left knee. And maybe you notice something different in your pose. Push down into your legs, reach into your fingertips. Inhale and lift up. Release your hand. Turn your left toes in and then step towards the top of your mat. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale and fold forward. Half lift, look forward. Bend your knees, fingertips down. Step your left leg back. You could have blocks in underneath your hands if you need to. The back toes tucked under. Make sure there's a nice big space in between your foot and your knee. Engage the muscles in your legs. Hug foot to knee and then lift the back leg up away from the floor, the back knee. Activate that foot, activate that leg. Hug your feet towards each other. Bring your hands up onto your knee, lean forward. And now lift up in out of the hips a little and feel that back leg really fire up. The inner thigh lifted up away from the floor. Keep that lift in the back leg as you bend back into your front knee. Inhale, reach your arms up. Take a breath here. And then on an exhale, begin to twist around towards the right side. Twist from your belly and your ribs. Keep that back leg fired up. Notice if the knee begins to bend. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, release your hands. Step the left foot forward and the right leg back. Start with the back knee on the floor. And if you need to use blocks underneath your hands, do. Hug your legs in towards each other. Make them strong. Hands up onto your knee. And then lift up through the back inner thigh. So lift up out of the hips so you really fire up that back inner thigh. It's easier to get when we lift out of the hips a little. That's the inner spiral of your back leg. And then begin to go a little bit deeper into that front knee. Toe on your belly. Inhale, reach your arms up. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, twist to the left. Reach into your fingertips. Keep the legs as they are. The twist is coming from the back of the right ribs, back of the right belly, right ribs, right shoulder, twisting around to the left. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, release your hands. Hop the back foot forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Press into your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Hands together in front of your heart. Inhale and reach. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half lift. Bend your knees. Plant your hands and step your right leg back. Starting off in high lunge. A little bit on the mat. Hands to your hips. Engage the muscles in your legs. Feel the inner thigh of the right leg lifting up away from you. And to keep that, lean forward. Either hands on your hips or arms stretched out to the side and roll your shoulders back, shoulder blades onto your back. And then hop the back foot in a little. We're going to come up into aeroplane pose. We're going to lift from the inner thigh of the right leg. Big inner spiral here. Don't allow that outer hip to lift. Inner thigh lifts. Lengthen out through your heel, out through the crown of your head. Anyone wants to challenge themselves, reach your hands forward, maybe interlace your fingers, point your two index fingers. Stay here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release your fingertips to the floor. Maybe if your blocks are there, to your blocks. And then begin to lift that leg even higher. Big inner spiral in that leg. Keep lifting from the inner thigh. And exhale and release the right foot. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. And step the left leg back. Take time to settle. Find your strength in your legs, that muscular energy. Bring your hands up onto your hips. Lengthen up, roll your shoulders back. Find that inner spiral in the back leg. So you're lifting from the inner thigh, lifting up away from the floor. Lean forward. Reach your hands out. Hop into that back leg. So come to balance in the right leg. Active leg, lift from the foot. Lift the inner thigh up, away from the floor. Don't allow this outer hip to lift. So keep rolling the outer hip down towards the floor. Stay here, challenge yourself. Reach your arms forward. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release your fingertips to the floor. Can you keep lifting up any amount through the inner thigh? And exhale, release your foot. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Plant your hands, step back, downward dog. Come to hands and knees, big toes together, knees wide, child's pose. 3 deep breaths. Walk your hands back in and stretch your legs out in front. If you have a blanket or a cushion that you can sit up on, do that so you find that natural curve in the lower back. Bend your right knee, allow your knee to fall out to the side, and then this leg, take the inner thigh and roll it in, back and wide. So you want inner spiral in the right leg. Activate your foot. Tuck your tailbone, lift your lower belly. Inhale and lift. And maybe you have a scarf or a belt here. You don't actually need one. Walk your hands forward. Actually, we won't use it. We'll keep our hands either side of the foot. Keep that foot active. Inhale. Lift up, exhale and fold. Breathe here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and release. Stretch the right leg out. Let's sit up again on both sit bones, inner spiral, both legs. So you're sitting right up onto your sit bones. Your inner thighs soften down towards the floor. Bring your fingertips behind your back. Inhale, lift your heart, roll your shoulders back. Dandasana, staff pose. Keep the feet active. Tone your belly. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands either side of your feet, so you don't need to hold on to your feet. Inhale, half lift, look forward. Get loads of length in the spine. So it's not about how far we fold. We want to keep the length in the spine. Keep the natural curve in the lower back for as long as we can. And then we'll bow forward. You can round into the back. Keep the feet active, keep your legs active. Inhale and lift up. Bend your right knee and bring your knee out to the side. The left leg is inner spiraling here. Inner thigh move down towards the floor, and actually the foot on your thigh, so the right foot on your thigh can actually help you to get that inner spiral, to help you to move that inner thigh down. Tone the belly, lengthen up, shoulder blades onto your back. Get nice length in your spine. Once you have that length, then begin to walk your hands forward. Keep the length in your spine as much as you can. Take another deep breath in, lengthen up. Find the length and then fold forward. Inhale, lift back up. Bring both legs out in front. Find your block again and come to lie down onto your back. Bend your knees, place your feet on the floor and let's place the block in again in the inner thighs. We're going to do bridge pose. So you want your feet hip distance, parallel, your ankles stacked underneath your knees. Robot hands, press into your elbows and into the back of the head. Lengthen the sides of your body. Roll your shoulder blades onto your back. So feel you're nicely supported in the shoulders. Squeeze your block, take a breath in, and then press down into your feet. Begin to lift your hips. Don't lift them high. Begin to lift your hips, and then see can you soften the inner thighs down towards the floor here. Find the inner spiral in your legs. Press into the big toe mound in the inner foot. Find that, and then begin to tone your belly, lengthen your tailbone, press into your feet. Can you lift a little bit higher? Keep hugging the block. Keep pressing the inner feet down as well as the outer feet, the four corners of the feet. So you don't want to jar your lower back here. You want it to be nice and expansive, and then lengthen the tailbone, hug the lower belly in. Press into your hands. Take another breath. Exhale, slowly release. We'll do that one more time. Take a moment. Robot arms. Press into your elbows into the back of the head. Nice long side body, shoulder blades onto your back. Really important. Always get that every single pose. Hug the block. Engage the muscles in your legs. Inhale, lift up a little bit, and then soften the inner thighs, soften the groin. And feel a widening in the back body. Then begin to tuck your tailbone, lift your lower belly, press into your feet. Lift your hips up. Maybe you can interlace your hands behind your back and get higher up onto your shoulder blades. Push down into your hands, into your arms. Press into your feet. And now, as you press into your feet, can you isometrically, without actually moving them, see can you draw them back towards your shoulders? Breathe here. 3 more rounds of the breath. Exhale and slowly release. Remove your block. Heel toe your feet away from each other. Allow your feet to be wide and knees knock in towards each other. This is active rest. Nice inner spiral in the legs. Breathe here. Just bring your hand to your lower back, and then you may notice that there's that nice natural curve in the lower back. So you can just slide your hand in underneath. And that's what this inner spiral is giving us. Toe on your belly, heel toe your feet back, hip distance apart, and then hug your right knee in. Now you'll be pressing your back into the mat here. Hug your knee in towards your body, stretch your right leg, left leg away. Activate both feet, roll the inner thigh of your left leg down towards the floor. Keep that action, and then reach the right leg up towards the ceiling. You can interlace your hands behind the belly of your thigh. Press your leg into your hands. Bend the knee again, hug your knee in, and then take your knee in your left hand and bring your knee across your body, coming into a twist. You may need to shimmy your hips over towards the right side of the mat. And roll right over so that your right shoulder lifts. And then begin the twist. Belly, ribs, shoulder back towards the right. Reach your right arm away. Maybe even turn your head. Inhale, come back to center. Release the legs, bend both the knees again. Hug your left knee in towards your chest and stretch your right leg away. Activate both feet, inner thigh of the right leg, presses down towards the floor. Find that in your body. Really feel that sense, that inner spiral in the right leg. And then interlace your hands behind the belly of your left thigh and press your thigh into your hands. Shoulder blades stay on your back. Tuck your tailbone, lift your lower belly here. Tone in your belly. Bend your knee. Right hand onto your left knee. We're going to bring it across the body into our twist. And you may need to shimmy your hips over towards the left a little. Turn, turn, turn. You can prop up the right knee if you need to. And then begin the twist. Belly, ribs, shoulders. Reach your left arm away. Breathe fully and deeply. Inhale back to center. Bend your knees. This time hug both knees in towards your chest. Massage out the lower back. Release your legs. Stretch your legs away. Allow your feet now just to flop out to the side. Or just allow your feet to flop. Maybe the flop in, maybe the flop out. Doesn't matter. Allow any tension in your legs to go. Lengthen the sides of your body. Roll your shoulder blades onto your back and allow your hands to rest away from the sides of your body. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. As you lie here in Shavasana, even just for 2 or 3 minutes, notice what you have created from your practice today. Notice that sense of balance. And no matter what is going on in your life, who is interrupting, find that middle pathway. Yes. Find your breath. And if something throws you off course, and it does, it happens. Remember that that middle pathway is always there. You can find that balance. Just takes a little tweaking. And then if in doubt, stick it out. This is where I will leave you.